What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Manga Madhouse, a channel where I, Darian, take you through my manga collection journey. On this channel, we talk everything manga. So if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And also, if you want to join this amazing community, go ahead and join our Discord, which will also be in the description box down below. But anyway, if you cannot tell by the thumbnail title of this video, in today's video we're doing a weekly roundup. It's something that I've been doing weekly. I didn't do it the last 2 weeks just because I felt like I didn't really have too much to talk about, but today I actually do. So normally I talk about things I've been reading, things I've been watching, as far as just manga and anime related stuff, and then just also some couple of channel stuff just to kind of keep you in the loop, because I don't know where else to really do that. The first thing I actually want to talk about, because as we just get straight into it, the first thing I want to talk about is Tokyo Ghoul. So right now I'm at chapter 50 something in Tokyo Ghoul, and I see it. I see why people love this manga so much, especially when it comes to you have to compare it to the anime. And there's just small things in there, because as I know that the thing was, hey, the first season is really good. You know, it's not necessarily the manga, but compared to what the second season ended up being, we will take the first season. But some people just like to pretend the anime didn't exist at all. And I was one of those people where, without reading the manga, I was like, the anime was pretty good. I don't see it. I've read the manga, like I said, first 50 something chapters, and I definitely see it. I want to go back and watch the anime actually, because I want to see what interactions kind of we missed. But there was definitely interactions between key characters that were just not in the anime that I can't like quite remember, but I do remember, you know, watching the anime thinking one thing. Now I'm reading the manga, I'm like, oh, I don't remember that, I don't remember that. And of course that's the manga's the source material, so it's just been really eye-opening. The art in it is very, very good. I think the twists and turns in there are very, very good. I still like kind of the Ghoul world, as I mentioned before. Now I won't spend too much time on it. I really do like that they're not throwing too much information to you at once. They're kind of just letting it happen in a way similar to, maybe not as an advanced world, but similar to Dune, the movie, the newest movie. They kind of just throw you in it. They don't really do too much explaining, and that's kind of what I'm getting from Tokyo Ghoul. They're not trying to do too much. They'll explain stuff when necessary, but it's not, we're just overly throwing information at you. You just pick up on information about the world through the characters, and I just really, really enjoy that. And then, like I said, the art's been really good, the storyteller's been really good, the character development has been really good. It's just every little piece of dialogue matters, and when it comes to this character, every little bit matters when it comes to the mystery that you get, you know, in between arcs. It's just a well written manga, well put together manga rather, and I just thoroughly enjoy it. That kind of takes me to my next thing about the TBR. My TBR is ruined. That's kind of the purpose of this video. That's really why I wanted to make the video. My TBR is ruined because the first month, or the first quarter, because I broke it up into quarters. My first quarter, I said I was going to read Blue Giant, Happiness. Oh, I forgot to talk about Blue. I don't think I've talked about Blue Giant since I finished it. But Blue Giant, Happiness, and Tokyo Ghoul. So as you know, I'm on Tokyo Ghoul now. Really quick, Blue Giant I thought was really good. What kind of didn't really settle for me was the fact that we're taking into Blue Giant Supreme. Now I know that the manga probably didn't think that, hey, this wouldn't be serialized and published in America yet. I don't think that was on his mind at all, but it is kind of defeating to kind of get through that manga as much as I enjoyed it. And as much as it kind of put me into a different perspective of manga, because for the most part it's been a lot of shonen, this was just a little different, of course, because it had a lot more slice of life elements. You could feel the music without actually hearing any music. It made me start listening. Like, what was really cool was sometimes I would listen to jazz while I was reading it, just to kind of get like a momentum, kind of almost a soundtrack going. That it was just really good. I mean, it makes me want to watch the anime, so at some point I will watch the anime, but I did really like the manga as a whole, as in what was in chapters 1 through 10. It's just kind of you could feel that it wasn't going anywhere towards the end, and I think that's what kind of opened it up for Blue Giant Supreme. It just sucks that Blue Giant Supreme's not like easily available, so it kind of ruins the story just a smidge to me, but it doesn't take away, just like I said, how Dai is as a character, how Tamada is as a character. Even though we didn't get too much on him, I thought once he really started getting involved with the band that we would see more of him, but it was kind of just, he kind of stayed where he was at as far as where he was as a character. I forgot you said Yukinori. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but Yukinori, the pianist. I think that we did get a lot of him. We did get a lot of interesting stuff about him, and then of course stuff happens. Really, overall, really good manga. I really enjoyed it. It's just that kind of feeling of this is going to be a second part, and then now that the second part is not that available, it's kind of frustrating, but it's not where I would say anything bad about a manga or the manga itself. I still suggest you reading it. Just be prepared. I mean, the story kind of prepares you because you're reading it. It's like, okay, where's the kind of resolution here? So you go on and be like, okay, well, this is, it kind of ends where it does have, you're on the start to a new story, but it did feel a little rushed at the end to kind of sever those ties, and then we're moving on to this new story. That's kind of just like my gripe with it. But overall, the journey through it was amazing. But as I said, my TBR is ruined because Tokyo Ghoul, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish that just fine. But as you know, I'm having a baby on the way, and she could be here at any second, so that's kind of taking some time. And then I realized, April started a new quarter, and then I realized that in this quarter, I'm reading like some of the stuff you just don't want to read, especially with a child. I was going to be reading Promise Neverland in here? Promise Neverland, which, I don't know. I think I could get through that just fine, but then like Goodnight Poom Poom, and then there was something else I was supposed to be reading, I forgot. Either way, my point is I just didn't want to read Goodnight Poom Poom. That was really it. I think I'm supposed to be reading Akira, which is fine. But yeah, I realized I didn't want to read Goodnight Poom Poom during this time. So I think I'm going to push that back and pick up something different. I don't know what I'm going to replace it with. I don't know if I'm going to replace it with something outside of my TBR. I don't know if I'm going to replace it with something inside. I have no idea, but I will be replacing it. I think next year I'm going to do a TBR, but maybe it's going to be major, like just 4 series altogether, because there's so much other stuff that I want to read. Like in this quarter, while I'm trying to read those other series, Don came into play, and I've been reading that. Keeping Up with the Chainsaw Man chapters, Wild Strawberry chapters, just other manga has been popping up that I wanted to read, and I want to read a lot more volume 1s as well to get into other additional series. I got to catch up on the Boxer. There's just a lot to read, and I think what I'm going to do, I think for the most part, my TBR, I think I'm going to knock it out. I think this year I'm going to knock it out. But going forward, I do believe I'm going to just take a different approach and maybe just do 4 series all year. That allows me to pick up, other small series here and there, pick up volume 1s and stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff I got volume 1s of that I wanted to read to see if I even like it. And I just haven't been able to get to it because there's been so much other stuff to read. Now, granted, I have not been able to dedicate as much time to reading since, like I said, baby could be here in any second. So I've just been doing a lot of preparation for that. It's just, still, I think that I want to do a lot more reading, want to get more reading there. So by doing that, I need a little more structure. So hopefully, just being able to structure and freedom, as crazy as that sounds, I need my freedom to be structured, I guess. I just need to have a plan, but my plan is to allow myself more freedom to read loosies here and there, instead of just, kind of trying to knock out series. Because at some point it feels like a sprint and you're trying to get stuff done, which is cool in some extent, but I'd rather just have the freedom of just being able to, oh, this looks interesting. I'm at Barnes & Noble. This looks interesting. Let me pick it up, read the first volume, see if I like it. Instead of feeling like I'm not paying I'm not paying too much attention to what's on my TBR. So maybe next year I'll have a different approach. Also, saying that, in the Discord, we're going to be doing a buddy read. So make sure you join the Discord once again by going to the description down below. We are going to be doing a buddy read. I don't know exactly what that buddy read is going to be. I don't know how it's going to be structured, but I promise you I am working on it. We have narrowed it down to doing volumes of manga that it's just one volume like that. So like a Junji Ito, something like Look Back. We don't know exactly what yet, but that's going to be the first one, just because we don't want to be like, oh, go get this series or go find where you can get this series. We're going to try to do something that's easily accessible, 1 volume of manga, knock it out, see how it goes, learn what we like and don't like about the process, and then hopefully fix the process next time. I don't know how often we're going to do that. I don't know if it's going to be, I think I'm leaning towards 1 per quarter. I think it makes it easier for everybody. If you're a physical reader, then it allows you to get the manga, read it. If you're someone that just reads online, it just allows you to kind of just take your time with it. It just, all kinds of stuff, I feel like it's just going to allow a lot of freedom. So if you want to be a part of that buddy read, make sure you go ahead and join the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, I've been saying that there's a reason why I want you to join, is because the first 100 people join free, and that is strictly because I feel as though at some point, right now, every interaction I've ever had in this community has been outstanding. It's been wonderful. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But there are people out there who are trolls, and I have not encountered it yet, but I've seen it on other videos. I've heard horror stories, and I just feel as though if I'm able to charge in a certain extent, then that will allow me to kind of keep those people out. Now, if you want to spend $10 to come in and troll the community, I think they'll be okay with it, because of the fact that that money is just going to go to fixing up the Discord, maintaining the Discord, adding new features to the Discord. That's literally what it's going to go to. It's going to go back to the community. But I just feel like that's the right thing to do. I didn't understand it at first, but just watching so many videos and watching so many other communities have people buy into their Discord, it makes a lot more sense. It's just to keep the people safe. I'm obviously the head of this community, or the face of the community. So the last thing I want is for people to not feel welcome, to not feel safe. I've had people already in this Discord say things that you probably wouldn't say to someone straight to your face, and in a positive way. It's a vulnerabilities that is some stuff we're getting in that Discord. People are showing, you know, they're a little bit into their personal life. It's just a lot in a good way, and it's cool to have that community for people to feel comfortable like that. I have to do my job as the face of the community to make sure they stay safe and comfortable. That's kind of really where I stand on that. So first 100 people, I felt comfortable opening it up to 100 people, because like I said, I have not had yet to have a bad interaction on this channel, in this community at all. But I know it's out there. I've seen it with my own 4 eyes before I even really started the manga channel. So my job is really, and I take it seriously, is to keep people safe. That's really what I want to do. Like I said, people have been just very open to me, and I respect that. And if they respect me enough to open up themselves to me and talk to other people in the Discord and just share personal information like that, just about how they feel and how things are going in their life, then it's up to me, whether they know it or not. It's up to me to protect them, and I'm going to take it seriously. So that's why I said I'm going to charge. I don't know how much I'm going to charge. It's probably not going to be much. But I will charge at some point, just once I get the first 100. And then also you get special stuff. So as the Discord continues to grow and grow, that first 100 will always get stuff that nobody else is getting, because y'all were obviously the first to join and support me outside of my YouTube channel, and I'll be forever, you know, in debt to you for that. So therefore, when I do giveaways and things like that, and that all happens in the Discord, you will be the one to benefit from a lot of that stuff if you're one of the first 100. Now, of course, you know, other people will benefit as well in other ways, but all the main benefits, all the stuff, you will never have to pay or do anything extra being in that first 100. I'm not going to have you be the first 100 and then next year be like, all right, now everybody has to pay. No, you're always going to be free membership for life. And then I plan on doing a lot of stuff with that Discord. So sorry that part took a lot of the video, but that's something it's been weighing on me in a good way. It's just that it made me realize, like, I have something to do here with people being able to feel this comfortable around me and around these people. It's up to me to kind of keep them safe. So that's just kind of what I'm going to do. Back to some manga talk real quick, or anime talk. I finally finished Jujutsu Kaisen. Really good. I really like it. The animation's fantastic. The fight choreography's fantastic. The only thing is, I personally just didn't see what everybody else saw. Maybe if some people saying it's the greatest thing ever, it's really good. I just don't think it's the greatest thing ever. I think you're allowed to have greatest things ever, really good. I think you're allowed to have those tiers. I don't think it has to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be the greatest thing ever. It doesn't have to be trash. This is definitely not even average. It's definitely a way above average. I just don't think it's the greatest thing ever. I've heard other people kind of say the same thing. It's not the greatest thing ever. But they've had other series. I've seen people say Blue Exorcist is better. I've seen people say other things are better than Jujutsu Kaisen. I personally won't say that because I don't know. I will just say is it one of the better things I've experienced? For sure. It's in that best of all time tier list. But I didn't feel it, if that makes any sense. Now there's a lot more to go. I haven't read the manga yet. I'm not one thing I'll say is my opinions on this channel are never, I say it one time and then never explain myself, and two, just let it go. Hopefully you will allow me to be able to change my mind as things progress, but just as of right now, without reading the manga, just strictly watching anime, it didn't feel like the best thing ever. However, I do completely understand why people say it that way. Just for me, it didn't feel that way. I feel like it is one of the better things I've watched, but I also understand that there's a lot of stuff I have not seen. So before I can really throw it into that tier, I need to kind of experience those other things. So I don't know if that made any sense, but I tried to explain it to the best of my ability. I do agree that it's really good. It's probably one of the best anime out right now for sure. Am I willing to throw it in the GOAT category and just be sure of it? Not really, but I do think it's really good. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below about anything I said in this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. By next time, I will be a father, so I don't know what that video is going to look like. I don't know when I'll record it, but I've pre-recorded a lot of videos, so hopefully that, you know, nothing skips a beat. So I don't know when the next time you'll see me recording a fresh video, but hopefully you enjoy the videos I have planned. Once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.